Like, welcome back to the podcast. It's me, Shaggy.
And this is Scooby Doo. Just depression.
Scooby Doo, 2002.
Oh, hey, the bars are coming out.
Spooky Island. Apparently, it's not even titled Spooky Island. I thought it was always titled Spooky Island, but it is about Spooky Island, so I don't know.
I don't know why, but it's
fucking
just
hell.
Fucking hell, bro. It's just Scooby Doo.
It's just titled Scooby Doo, not Scooby Doo Spooky Island.
It should have been Spooky Island. It is very spooky, I have to say. I have a special place in my childhood for this movie. Nostalgic.
I remember back when I was little, I used to think this movie was the second one and that Monsters Unleashed was the first one for some reason.
Same. I thought the exact same thing.
I have absolutely no idea why.
But that's a coincidence because I literally thought the same. Because I think I saw, probably my logic behind it was that I saw Monsters Unleashed first, and then you saw Scooby, and then you're like, oh, naturally, this must be the sequel to that one. Exactly. Yeah,
because I saw it first. It's actually pretty solid. I really enjoyed this movie. Like, it's just it's an enjoyable movie.
It really is.
Like, it's a kids movie, but it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie. I don't know if this is just nostalgia talking. But I mean, the nostalgia goggles have worn off, obviously, because we watched it again, and it was still good.
Yeah.
But all the reviews are trash.
They are? Wait,
they're like, oh, this movie sucks. 32% on Rotten Tomatoes.
32%?
Though Lillard is uncannily spot on as Shaggy, which is true. Scooby Doo is a tired live-action update filled with lame jokes. Well, they can bugger themselves, because... I don't know why I censored myself.
Yeah. Man's onto himself.
Yeah.
Someone's been
This is a kids episode for the kids movie.
I do remember being super like Spooky Island's accurate name to how I felt about these movies, because I actually was legitimately scared. And now looking back,
the opening sequence with the flying ghost.
The flying ghost
used to be terrifying.
Yeah, it actually unironically did for me as a kid. Yeah,
and now it's just like
it's the funniest shit ever.
It's just fucking the Scooby Doo cartoon in live action.
Yeah,
it's good.
It is. Yeah, it is good. The CGI Scooby Doo. I was ready to like go back and watch it and see how terrible it was, but I was pleasantly surprised by that. It's pretty solid. I don't know. It's pretty Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo looks solid. Like, yeah, he like is consistently like not looking bad the whole movie. There's a few shoddy shots of like there's like one of like a plane and it looks really bad.
It's a plane of them like coming to Spooky Island. Yeah.
And then there's another one of Isla Fisher getting hit in the head and her face gets like super munted.
Spoiler.
Warning. What happens in Scooby Doo?
What happened on Spooky Island? Well, we start off with the gang. They're busting this flying ghost that was super scary. It turns out
that's a spooky ghost, man.
It's flying around.
Yeah. It turns out it's the janitor.
The janitor with a helium suit that makes him fly because he has super.
Yeah, he just had a crush on Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, Pamela Anderson. Yeah, what? She's in the movie, and it's her like manufacturing
sneaky Pamela Anderson cameo.
Yeah, and it's like she's manufacturing like dolls, and for some reason he's.
Don't even question it. It's Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo. Yeah, that's true. The group breaks up because the tensions are high.
The group breaks up, and then they all leave, but Fred leaves without taking his van.
Yeah.
Because it's Fred's van. It's Fred's car.
It's his car. And
it always has been. And he just leaves it to Shaggy and Scooby.
and they just drive off with it. And then the next scene is just them fucking like, it's another. This movie is filled with weed references, so you just see like smoke coming out of the van.
Yeah, smoke coming out, and they're just like frying like burger patties or something.
Yeah, but they're just living in the car.
And then when like the smoke's coming out, they're just like this is totally, or something like a reference like
to weed somehow. Yeah, but they're like hotboxing the car. I think Fred was just being really nice because he knows that Shaggy and like Scooby are going to be pretty unemployed. Yeah.
Shaggy's parents are rich.
Really? Like canon? They're rich?
Yeah, canon. They're rich. Fred's actually like the poorest one, like Fred and Velma. Just speaks to the quality of Fred's character that he leaves them the car.
He's the most charitable man.
I mean, clearly in this movie he has some degree of success because he's like in this movie he's like portrayed as like this celebrity.
Yeah, and he has his own book.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like that's like his personality in this movie. It's like vapid celebrity guy.
He's got his classic book Fred on Fred or something like that.
Fred on Fred.
Yeah. These lame jokes that one reviewer said about they're amazing. I love them.
Yeah,
I love all they're so goofy. They're so funny.
The best one is when Isla Fisher does like her name. It's Mary Jane. And then she comes on the plane and like Shaggy's like Mary Jane, man, that's my favorite name. They're sitting in flight on the plane. Like Shaggy and Scooby, everyone's sitting in the plane. It's flying. Yeah. Isla Fisher comes onto the plane.
Somehow, while they're in flight, she like walks on like she's like
asked to sit down. Where has she been this whole time? On the landing gear? Did she come up from underneath? She like flew. I mean, she was possessed by a monster at this time. I mean, we assume so, I guess.
She was part of the grand plan, right? Maybe she just did a Tom Cruise and just was like holding on to the side of the plane. Like
they had a smaller plane, right? And it took off and it went underneath the plane, and she boarded the plane from the other plane.
She jumped on. Hold
like
on to
some
the
insane
gear.
Stunt, yeah.
Landing gear retracted.
And did a Tom Cruise, she opened the door from the outside of the plane.
Yeah.
That's how she got on.
But then, after this plane lands, they land on Spooky Island, where they meet Rowan Atkinson, the villain, which I think is a really like amazing casting choice. Of course.
It's the greatest villain in cinema. I won't hear it.
Yeah. Arguably, it was his best performance.
Like, he's supposed to be like acting like a good guy in the most of it, and then he acts like one scene where he's like, "I'm definitely not a bad guy," and then it's revealed he's Scrappy Doo in a human mech suit. So, does he really even have that much screen time as a villain? I don't think so.
No, but he's there, and we appreciate him.
Be careful who you make fun of in high school.
Scrappy Doo. They bully Scrappy Doo. Like, they go to this random flashback sequence because they need a backstory suddenly, and it's Scrappy Doo and he pissed on Daphne, and Fred gets annoyed and chucks him out of the car.
It's like, why did they add this to the movie? I wonder how this is going to have importance later on.
Yeah. But we went over the start part of the plot. Once they're on the island, what happens?
Once they're on the island, there are like these teens that are acting weird, like going off the island. They're all acting like robots.
Yeah.
And it's revealed that they're getting possessed by like actual monsters instead of just a dude in a mask the whole time. Very CGI looking monsters.
Yeah, that's when the CGI starts to fall
sick
apart.
Dance moves. And apparently are up to date with the trends.
Yeah, that's right. They go into like a castle after the first night they're there because it's an abandoned theme park ride. Yeah. And then the ride just turns on because some guy who's a little bit short, he has dwarfism. He's a dwarf. He's like this. I don't know why they just have him for this one scene where he like turns on all the controls.
Totally
and like
important.
He's very important.
He like he's in like a wall and he like looks through like these peepholes and then I don't know, he does some stuff like Fred gets thrown through a window and he like hides under the table or something.
Yeah.
And he just like runs away.
And
it's
we
very
don't
important.
Yeah, he's an important character, but they find out that this abandoned ride that had a bunch of booby traps trying to kill them was this whole actual training facility for these monsters to act like 2000s teenagers.
Yeah, that's a great scene. It's just like, don't do this. What the hell? I'm gonna kill you or something. And like, and then it's like, you should do this. That's cool, bro. Wiggity whack, yo. Radical.
Radical, man. Have you seen the newest thing on the vidbox? Fucking just speaking in the most, it's really funny.
Most 2000s way possible.
Exactly.
And I don't know, like half the gang gets possessed except Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby, and totally not Mary Jane, who's definitely not possessed. She's definitely not real. Like, she's definitely a regular human.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Shaggy finds like a well of souls and brings everyone back, and there's some hijinks involving body swapping.
There's some, exactly. Whatever happens is that there's the souls are in this this fucking whatever it is, capsule sort of well.
And instead of saving everyone, he just saves. He literally puts someone back. It's like, I'm I'm not looking for you, man. Sorry,
man. Puts it back down when he could have just completely bypassed the plot of the film by just letting them all back into their bodies right then and there. It was so funny. But that's basically
the bad guys. They're weak to sunlight.
Yes, that's right. They're like vampires. They explode.
It's got to have a convenient weakness that they can all be instantly defeated by.
Yeah. And it's they do it by they hijack. So they're in this underground layer, and for the final sort of how they defeat all the monsters is that they want to put a giant disco ball inside the underground layer so it reflects all the sunlight from an opening in the top. So then they swing it and then it kills them all. But the thing is that they show a sequence of them setting up the trap, and it's just conveniently no one's in this.
In the bad guy's lair.
They're in there.
And there's no one in there. They just got in there for free.
Yeah.
They rented out the hall.
They still have to comply with the procedure of renting out the secret lair. That's the reasoning. So it actually makes sense. It's not a plot hole.
Yeah, they just had a booking.
They just scheduled a booking to set up the disco ball. I mean, it makes sense because they were about to have a party with a ritualistic dance.
The greatest dance of all time. Probably better than the ants dance.
What happens, Nick? How do they dance?
They do these arm movements, and they go hunda 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 hunda, and then the song goes, "This is what we creatures sing."
Just gibberish, and then "This is what we creatures sing."
And then Fred and Velma get stuck down there, and they have to pretend like they're still possessed. But instead of actually pretending, they just start doing their own dance moves. It's great. It's hilarious. Fantastic scene.
Yeah.
Surprised it's not big at the clubs.
Yeah, if they play that track at the clubs, I think everyone subconsciously is just gonna.
They'll start doing it. Yeah,
they start doing that move because everyone watched Scooby Doo as a kid, right? So
they're like sleeper agents now.
Yeah,
they'll awaken.
Awaken and arbitrary.
This is what we creatures sing.
Oh, but we're going to talk about how this movie just perfectly captures the 2000s.
I mean, it's every stereotype from early 2000s. It's in this movie. It's like a Smash Mouth music video.
Yeah. You got the obnoxiously spiky hair. You got the frosted tips.
Tips. Wraparound sunglasses. Bad goatees. Terrible surfer dude music.
Yeah, everyone wears generic singlets and
generic singlets, or t-shirts rolled up to their shoulders or something.
Yeah,
Thankfully, Mystery Incorporated does not wear any of that.
Yeah. They stand out a bit from the crowd.
They sort of wear their classic costumes. I mean, at the beginning they do, and then like they all do except Fred. Fred, for some reason, doesn't wear his regular costume.
What does he wear instead?
He just wears like a blue shirt.
Oh.
And he gets a haircut.
He still has a scarf
for a bit, but I think he takes it off.
I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense when you're going on a tropical island to wear a scarf. Yeah. Costume department had that one under control.
Anyway, the costumes don't matter. They're color-coded, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Daphne's always wearing purple or pink. Velma's always wearing orange. Shaggy's always wearing green. And then Fred's always wearing, like, blue and white.
Yeah.
And then Scooby is pretty obvious.
He's a dog, so...
Unless he's wearing
grandma outfit.
Grandma outfit. No one could see him coming then.
When he walks onto the plane in a grandma outfit. And like everyone starts like whistling or something. I love it. But yeah. Scrappy Doo.
Greatest villain.
He at the end he actually like injects a bit of steroids or tren.
Injects some tren.
Gets massive.
Scrappy Doo glow up.
Be careful who you bully in high school, as you said.
Yeah. Make a video of that, like put some club music over it.
Yeah. We should do that. Make like a TikTok edit.
Yeah.
It's like a makeover thing.
He sucks in some soul tren.
Some soul tren.
Souls.
He takes people's souls and then he absorbs it, and that's how he becomes big. So then he's no longer the laughing stock of the...
But apparently he needs Scooby Doo's soul to fulfill his evil plan.
Yeah, it's not really explained because...
Apparently he's a pure soul or something. I don't know.
He's a pure soul, yeah.
Like, Scoob, you're like a pure soul, man.
I'm trying to do the Scooby Doo impression better, so bad. Sound like Yoda.
Jinkies.
Jinkies. Velma says Jinkies at least 10 times this movie.
She does say it a lot.
But it's the point, right? Oh, and Daphne's also like a ninja. She's a full-on ninja, right?
Oh, yeah. She gets the best action scene in cinema when she fights like Rey Mysterio.
Forgot to mention Rey Mysterio's in the movie. Yeah,
it's like a stripper wrestler guy. He's wearing like a crop top.
It looks like he has his pecs look like man boobs.
His evil crop top. Anyway, that scene's great.
Yeah,
Daphne's she doesn't want to be a damsel in distress anymore, so she becomes like a ninja. It's great. I don't know why they haven't put that in the cartoons and shit.
It's a good like a plot line where she's just character like arc in the movie. Yeah,
she just becomes overpowered and she just starts doing like spin kicks and like wire fu.
Just flying around the screen doing like spins, and she completely destroys this WWE villain, and he ends up falling into the well of souls, which releases all the souls, and then everyone is saved because they go back to their bodies and the monsters come out and get burnt by the sun.
And you know what really bugs me, when they get unpossessed again, all the characters that were possessed, like that were like trying to like manipulate Mystery Inc. Like this Led Zeppelin shirt guy who was trying to manipulate like Velma or something. And then Isla Fisher who was possessed.
Yeah, that's true.
But they pretend like they knew them the whole time. Like,
yeah, from the start.
Like they come out and then Isla Fisher's like, "Oh, I love you, Shaggy." And then Led Zeppelin guy's like, "Dude, Velma."
Velma, I love you.
Like, weren't you possessed?
Yeah. Their connection is so strong it transcends logic.
And I know like it makes context within like the larger thing of Scooby Doo, but in the movie, you know, you don't really see much of Fred and Daphne's relationship because it's not really touched upon at all. And then all of a sudden they just kiss. Like I know that's like a thing, but like in the movie it's not a thing until it is a thing, and then it's just a thing. They just kiss.
Yeah, they just stay. I mean, you see it in the flashback with Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, the Scrappy Doo flashback. But the closest thing we get to that before is like them body swapping and Fred looking down his shirt. as Daphne.
Yeah, that would have been so fun to shoot. Like they
look like they're having so much fun. They're all pretending to be each other's characters. It's great.
It's great. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the actors are voicing over the other actors doing it, but I would have liked to see the other actors do like impressions
of them.
Maybe it just didn't work so well.
That was a fun scene, actually. How they were all swapping around and Fred looking down at Daphne's boobs, but it's actually Daphne, the actor, just doing it to herself. Oh, and we have to talk about how powerful Shaggy is in this movie. We only see probably 0.25% of his power.
Very little power level displayed in this film, but he does beat up a guy completely unintentionally. He doesn't even feel the impact of his hits. He's dancing, and this guy keeps getting up, and he keeps hitting him, but he doesn't even notice. It's just how powerful he is.
He's doing this goofy dance and just keeps on hitting him down. Yeah. It seems like Shaggy's always just indirectly being the goat.
Yeah, he secretly solves everyone. Him and Scooby definitely contribute to Mystery Inc. 100%.
You know, it's to do with the moral support. And also provide all the weed. Oh, there's also a scene where Velma's supposed to do weed with this guy that she meets, but they like cut out a few scenes of it. But she's definitely like, obviously it's a PG movie, so they don't show it. And that's just like kind of high or something.
I mean, they have like some drinks, or maybe they're like supposed to be drunk or something.
Maybe drunk, but like.
But then they just like, there's a scene just talking to Led Zeppelin guy. They're fine, and then there's like an implication that they do something like drink or do something else. And then she's all of a sudden like dopey and like,
yeah.
So that's what that happened. Jinkies.
It's time for impression time that we can cut out if it's too cringe.
Raggy? That was pretty good.
There you go. That was my best.
Raggy. Like Scoob, we've got to eat all the food, man.
Like food.
Yeah. I'm gonna play this back, and I'm just gonna realize that my Shaggy impression's actually been trash the whole time, even though it sounds good to me.
No, it sounds good. I can.
Sometimes that happens where like
it just sounds different from hearing it.
Sounds like that sounds good, and then you hear it back. It's like, oh, that's not really that good of an impression.
Yeah. I like it. Everyone hates their voice when they hear it.
Everyone hates their voice. Yeah. It's like when you think you sound like a deep voiced Chad, and then you hear your voice, and it's like. Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Fuck, why do I sound like that? God damn it. I wonder if Morgan Freeman has ever had that experience.
I wonder what he sounds like to himself.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman on helium.
We'll never know.
No one will ever know, yeah.
If you hear what Morgan Freeman sounds like to himself, you were sent to a higher dimension.
You become, yeah, exactly.
I'm Morgan Freeman. You will ascend.
You sound kind of like Bane, except like
yeah. At least I can do a good Bane impression.
You can do much more than I can, so I can't make fun of you.
Bad.
It feels bad, dude. I cry every night about
everything. Turns into like Nicolas Cage or Bane or Shaggy. I mean, my Vito Corleone one's pretty good.
Yeah.
The Godfather one.
I'm Bonasana. Michael, look how I'm Mexican, my boy.
That actually is pretty damn good. Yeah,
you gotta move your jaw forward. So you
move
your jaw forward so you look like Marlon Brando, and you talk like you got something stuck in your mouth, and then you go really raspy, and then
Vito Corleone, Bonasana.
I'm not even gonna try it. I'm gonna sound like a dying duck or something.
What's the deal with airplanes?
What's the deal
with Isla Fisher? She got on the airplane. How'd she do that? They were in flight. What's the deal?
What is the deal with the bar? They have a bar, like a full-fledged bar inside the plane. Like
damn,
you walk up to
first class, even though it literally is just like economy.
Yeah. I've never
It's a
seen
special Spooky Island plane. Only the Spooky Island people get to go on that plane.
That's what it's for. Spooky
It consisted
Island,
entirely of early 2000s teenagers. They're going on spring break, I guess. Like, I give this movie 10 Scooby snacks out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's a throwback. Who knows if it's our nostalgia talking, but it's honestly like
it's good fun. It's a good fun movie. If you don't mind like immature lowbrow jokes, which I definitely don't, because that's like half my humor.
Yes. But if that's not your thing, then go do what you do. I don't know. Just not have fun and be boring, I guess.
Go watch freaking boring movies like Ants.
Like ants.
Like ants.
Hello there. Do not stop listening. I repeat, do not stop. We have a little extra conversation coming up. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And once again, thanks to Morgan for producing today's music.
At work, for some reason, guy, he has, I'm like, one of the guys I work with, he has like a speaker and it's cool, he puts on stuff. But one day he put on all Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
And I was
like,
at the end of the day, I was like, ah, trouble.
Yeah. Just no longer could only reference Taylor Swift movies. Not movies, fucking songs.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
And shame on whatever she says. Shame on
you.
Places never been. And I'm lying on the cold ground. Yeah. All the voice screaming. When they did the goat. I remember when the goat meme was popular.
That's classic. That's classic YouTube.
Classic YouTube humor. All right.
Try not to laugh compilation.
Vine compilation. 20. Remember when there was like Vine? YouTube used to just be Vines from like 5 years ago and compilations that just wouldn't die for ages. Like
it'd be shit like this.
Hello, Patrick.
What the fuck? Stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. But then you have classics like, what the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
When we're like 80 years old. What the dog doing? All right, Grandpa, let's get you.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
What the dog
Let's get you back
doing?
in the retirement home. What that dog doing?
I think we have dementia, but we're just referencing
referencing memes. I heard like for dementia patients, if you play like music from their era or from when they recognize, like sometimes they kind of come to life again. So for our generation, it's like just playing Vine compilation.
Vine boom sound effect.
Vine boom sound effect.
It's like
How to wake
like a defibrillator, like a Vine boom brain defibrillator.
It's like you're in a coma and you play the Vine boom sound effect. You just wake up.
You're like in an old person's home and you're like, who wants to play Among Us?
Everyone turns around.
Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum.
Dum-dum-dum.
Dum 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 dum.
Dum 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 dum. Humbudu wa jingo bo wa. It's a Macarena.
That's what it's gonna be like. When we're 90 years old, we'll get put in the same nursing home. Don't worry.
Yeah, that'll be
It'll
sick.
be the littest
honestly.
nursing home of all time.
Yeah. Everyone there would. No one's even gonna get dementia because they'll be too preoccupied with the memes.
Among Us gaming.
Among Us gaming keeps your brain active and not decaying.
Who vented? Oh wait, that was me. And then no one votes him out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because no one can remember who said it.
Why is my name red? I don't know.
Reddit. Yeah. I think Red is the imposter. Oh wait, I'm Red.